Hello.
Hello indeed. Welcome along. PJ and Jim's after show. People of the Tinternet and all.
People of the Tinternet and all. I have to say, I want to get straight out of the traps this week and say I'm bored out of me shite when it comes to Netflix now. I've run out drastically, except for last night.
Right.
Last night I had one of those. I've started doing this thing now where I'm up to no good. I'm playing blackjack on my phone and all, and passing time and all, right?
God, that's bad, isn't it?
I love that. I love that game.
Blackjack?
I love blackjack. Did you ever play blackjack? Even in real life?
It's 21s, like.
Yeah, 20. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I don't play for money or anything. You know the way real.
Especially when you're playing against yourself.
Yeah,
you'd lose a fortune.
Oh, you would, yeah. Gosh, I'd be the only person that could play a game of cards with myself and go, I can't believe I lost $1,000.
Jesus, he's after taking the shirt off me back.
Jesus, I'm after losing my car and everything. Who did you win? I don't know. I don't like it, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know him. He calls himself GP42.
Yeah, Aegis. Whoever he is. But then somebody else lodged money into my account. So I'm all, so the boredom is kicked in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for things on there. Apart from last night, that's the Operation Odessa. You have to watch this documentary, man.
Right.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It is. It's all about these lunatics back in the day, back in the early 90s, right? And one of them's called Tarzan, a Russian called Tarzan, and a Cuban head case, and this other sort of club runner, like, works with strippers type of a fella. And the three of them try to buy a submarine off the old Soviet Union for Pablo Escobar. Like, it's the most bizarre. If it was a fiction, you wouldn't believe it. It's nonsense. But all three of them in this documentary, they're like proper. They could be stand-up comedians. They're all so funny. Like, they make it sound. And
obviously they're doing it in their own native languages.
No, they're all speaking English. All of them
really?
are speaking. Yeah. It's brilliant. They actually, to get highly fluent, bilingual drug dealers of the 90s. All telling these mad stories about trying to buy a submarine. It's fantastic.
Do you ever wonder how those things come about, like?
With the actual stories
who stumbles across that? Who was the bloke, right? Whoever made that show.
Yeah.
How did it come to him? Or, like, how did he stumble across? What was he doing that he bumped into a lad and started to hear this story and then decided, Jesus, and then went and researched it and got to the bottom of it and found that maddest of mad stories? Because, as you say, if somebody wrote a script and said, right, tell you what there is, right? There's a lad, right? And he's a stripper. Right, and there's another lad.
Well, here's what it is, right? So here's the plot, right? Essentially, without giving anything away.
Yeah.
So there's a Russian fella called Tarzan opens a strip club called Porky's in Miami, where he meets a gangster from Cuba called Juan. Right.
Yeah. Right. Next, that'll never work.
No. Bear with me. And they meet a fella who has a load of Ferraris that he got off the black market from Russia. Like, you start going, right, this is stupid.
No, look at, move on.
No,
pitch it to somebody else, right?
And they want to
bring back the lad who had the show about the monkeys, that type. Bring that lad back in.
And they want to buy a submarine off Russia for Pablo Escobar in Colombia. Like, you go, okay, this is too convoluted.
Yeah.
It's crap, like, yeah. But it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And then I watch this other movie.
It's that classic thing about truth being stranger than fiction.
It is.
It's like true. It's mad about true stories that they are kind of like. It's kind of almost like a contradiction that a true story is like it's almost unbelievable. That it's the point where that's not true. Yeah. No, it is. It's a true story. That's not true. That's ridiculous. That didn't happen.
True stories sound like when 7-year-olds lie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You catch a 7-year-old doing something and you're like, what the hell is that happening here?
A vase fell down. I tell you, there was a bat.
Yeah, and it flew in the window and it was holding a cat. And it dropped the cat into the vase. And I better get Dad's hammer to get it out. And I got Dad's hammer, and just as I got out,
a big boy came in,
and he took the cat and smashed it off the vase, and the bat went into my hair, and I had to get rid of it, so I got the matches. Yeah, and then I set fire to the cushions, because as you can see, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's
what true stories sounded like.
That program you just described, right? Sounds like, remember that used to be that game, right, where you get a piece of paper, right, and you fold it into three, and somebody would draw the top half of a body, and then you'd cover that, and somebody draw the middle, and then somebody draw the legs, and you ended up some mad looking mishmash of yolk. That's what that thing sounds like.
It is like that, and it's so much deadly crack. And I think nowadays TV shows and movies. They are like drugs. They're like drug deal. It is like, you know, have you anything new? Have you going on? Have you? And then people say, I have something here, but there's only 3 episodes. It's not great. And you're like, oh jeez, I'll take it. Oh, to give us a go on.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh right, it's called Arthur and Sherlock. Oh jeez, that sounds shy. Yeah, look, but it'll get you through the night. It'll get you through the night.
Yeah, it's like quality now. It's not top quality, right?
No.
It's this one's been cut with a bit of talcum powder. It's called Arthur and Sherlock.
Oh my God, Jesus, right. And then you start doing, it actually sounds even more like drugs when you start doing the whole, have you gone on to watch, have you? Oh yeah, I have this thing now, just look, it's Moroccan, pretty strong content. Alright, yeah, I'll go with it. Wouldn't be me normal thing, but I'll try it.
Subtitles now, subtitles.
Jesus,
I don't normally go that hard.
If I wanted to
only
read,
the weekends.
If I wanted to read, I'd get a magazine, but go on. I'd give it a go. Give it a go.
Absolutely. Actually, I did stumble across something on Netflix, and it's one of those, you know, the way they're like, and you kind of think, how come I didn't see this at the time, right?
Yeah.
Because I tell you what I always think is a real win on Netflix, right? Well, for me, depends on your tastes, right?
Yeah.
But for me, if you stumble across a BBC
same here.
Drama or crime or mystery
Same
thing,
here.
you know, a series, like,
yeah,
and you think, and like I found this thing, your man Christopher Eccleston was in it. He was the star of it, right? And it's called Safe House.
Safe House.
Right. It's only 4 episodes. Sound familiar?
Only 4 episodes. I might have seen this.
Yeah. So he's an ex-cop. And he gets over.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Great show. Like, grand. Yeah, good.
Great. I have a question.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened at the end?
Exactly.
I would love this.
There's 2 characters in it, and there's something going on between them, and they don't explain it. And I was just thinking, obviously they thought that'll be for the follow-up, and then nobody commissioned the follow-up.
Nobody's going to give us one. I was like, oh no!
Exactly.
Ah, no!
Other than that,
it's
all
brilliant.
Good. Other than that, all good.
Right up until the very last scene, it's fantastic.
Yeah, where you think it's going to be revealed, and then the credits go, and you go, bollocks.
Here, what's it? For God's sake! Like literally right up to the, I was so into it right to the last minute, to the last 1 minute.
Yeah,
I've never had anything to be so disappointing.
Because it's like the 2 stories or 3 stories nearly are running parallel.
Yes,
and they solve one and whatever, and solve another one, and then
solve another one, and then
there's this one, and what's the story between them 2?
And then you go, none of your business.
Jesus.
It's like the BBC go, none of your business. Isn't it? It's such an abrupt end. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And it's without ruining that, they leave him walk for miles. At the end, you're like, that's rude. That's just bad manners. Oh, I couldn't. It did my head in. Yeah. Because I was so invested in it. I hate that. There's nothing worse than a bad end. Or
because that's all you take away from it. Yeah. Is the end.
And I'm one of those, right? I'm very old school, right?
Yeah.
Tell me what the fuck happens, right? I don't want any of this. And then the end, and you have to. What I imagine happened to this guy. No.
Or any of that symbol business. No, you see. No, wait. The door, right? That was a metaphor for his life.
Yes.
No, it was a fucking door.
It was a door. and your man dropped the chips. Basically what happened was they ran out of ideas to finish it and they've left it up to us. Fuck off now. Tell me what the end is. Tell me what I don't want all this artistic impression of, oh no, it's a snapshot in time. And much like your life, the viewer, it goes on after a certain conclusion. No, I don't give a fuck. I want to never think about this again. I'm upset now. Yeah. All you have to do is give me an end to the story.
Do you know what the most important thing about a who did it is? Who fucking did it?
Who fucking did it? Tell me who fucking did it. How long is he going in jail? Are these the other 2 that were nearly riding? Are they off to get married? What happens? Don't be leaving me in the middle here. I don't want dark.
That is, yeah. No, I'm not able for that.
I have to have an end. At the same with series and all. When they gamble too much on we're going to get another series, right? Yeah. But say if you watch something for 7 or 8 series, if you don't give me a good conclusion at the end
Jesus.
of them, oh my God, it's life-changing.
I remember we were disappointed a bit with the Game of Thrones thing.
It was dead, because it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
I was trying to be mild there in case there was any hardcore Game of Thrones fans. But you were very. I mean, I was a little bit disappointed. You were positively irate.
I was furious the whole week. I think it ruined last year. It was worse than the pandemic for me. I was like, this is shit. The dragon melts the chair and pisses off into the air.
But it must be like that if you've pitched millions of shows, you've been in loads of shows and all sorts of stuff, right? It must be, if you actually end up with something and it must be a mad feeling to get something that's absolutely adored, loved, becomes a must see. It's huge, and then you think, oh Jesus, what am I going to do with this now?
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Jesus, people will string me up oh Christ, I can't think of anything to do with the end.
That's when you get artistic though, isn't it? That's what happens.
Yeah.
People start, they crawl up their own bum a little bit, and then they make something that's not as good,
Yeah.
and then they blame the viewer. They go,
Do you know what that
well,
is?
you don't get it.
Do you know what that is?
What?
Modern art.
Modern art. Yeah.
Modern art.
Modern art.
That's what that is. That's when a lad puts a whole load of tins of beans and shopping bags in the corner and goes, I think you'll find that that's a perspective on the urban decay and the strife that people face. No, it's not. It's a fucking load of bean cans.
It's somebody knocked over the wheelie bin. Someone's knocked over the wheelie bin.
Exactly.
It's
so
recycling.
It's the film version of that when somebody goes, yeah, no, tell you what, just pan to an open window, right, as the rain comes in.
Yeah.
Boy, what happens then? Nothing. Just do that.
Just do it, right? If you don't get it, it's not for me to explain to you. You're like, I think it is. You're the artist.
Yeah,
like,
you're making it.
Like, that's why I'm always going to be more impressed by an artist that can do a good bowl of fruit. You know what I mean? I'll always be more impressed by that.
Yeah.
A fella can do a real good bowl of fruit. Or like, he draws a picture of his ma or me. And he goes, look at that. And I go, Jesus, I knew that was me straight away. I think that's very impressive.
Exactly.
Rather than some fella who's like, you know, it's I don't know. It's a depiction of the flavour of a banana.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're an arsehole. You know?
I always think, you know the way they talk about in art, they have the Impressionists.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big movement in art, which is great. And I love, you know, Van Gogh and the other bloke, all of them, right?
Yeah. Michelangelo. Oh no, he was the church fella.
Monet, that's what I was trying to say.
Monet
and Manet and all that sort of stuff.
He was in Brass, wasn't he?
Great. But, you know, as you say, the lads before them who actually did, like, basically photographs in a painting. Like it was a photograph in a painting.
And the mood, and capturing the mood of the people in it. And
so it had to be absolutely precise and accurate, as opposed to a lad who did an impression of it.
Yeah. Like, so
as in, what, I can't make that just... Jesus, maybe I'm a bit closer, but that's just... Is it my eyes? That just looks like a load of dots there. Yeah, it's a... Well, what is it? It's a man. Is it?
Is it a man?
Well, it's an impression of a man.
Yeah.
So it's not really a man.
Yeah, it's the depiction of loneliness. What? Just draw a fella on his own then.
Yeah,
no.
Because if that's the case...
It's like you can't do it, can you? You can't draw a hand, can you? You can't draw a hand. You can't draw a hand, you bollocks.
Because I could do that. I could do a really shit drawing and go, it's PJ. It's fucking terrible. It's an impression of PJ.
Yeah.
I didn't just want to capture his image.
No.
I wanted to capture his spirit.
Yeah, I wanted to represent...
Well, why is it made out of like sausage?
Because it represents the chaos of his fudgy face. It represents the chaos of his fudgy face.
Yeah.
You know that's what to me, when I see him, I see a flavoursome ball of
sausage meat.
Of unused sausage meat.
That's his essence. I captured his essence, right?
And much
it may
like
not be
sausages,
accurate, but it's his essence.
Much like sausage, if it wasn't interfered with, it could have been delicious, but he interfered with himself. And now he's like a lump of sausage meat that no one will touch.
See?
And people go, oh, yes.
You see, that's the worst thing. It's
people
the
who
fact that
agree
people,
with it.
yeah. It's like people who won't do the old Emperor's New Clothes and go, that's a load of shit. And that's just a terrible drawing.
I know.
It's not a terrible drawing. You're a terrible art critic.
Yeah, if only people were as honest about art as they are about haircuts. That's what I wish it was like. You know what I mean? I wish people would do that. People, you can't hide your reaction to a haircut.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If I came in and I cut all my fringe off, you'd be like, fucking hell, what happened to you? You'd be very honest.
Yeah,
you'd
I'd be assuming that somebody attacked you.
You go, Jesus, do you want a loan of a hat? I'd be like, yes. Or somebody gets people come in and they can't bluff a haircut. They can't. People like, if you get a bob or it doesn't suit you, or some people get haircuts and they get a flat top or something, or a mullet and all, and people go, you look ridiculous, man. Seriously, get a haircut. No, nobody starts joining the haircut brigade. I suppose hipsters doing a little bit, top knots.
No, I tell you where it goes weird.
Oh.
You're right though, but I tell you where it goes is that the fashion world.
Yeah.
Right. So a lad's walking down in inflatable trousers, right? And there's all these people go, oh, magnificent, oh my God. He's absolutely, I tell you, Giancarlo was fantastic. The show is amazing. His winter season is incredible. That same bloke walks down O'Connell Street.
Yeah.
Or anywhere, Oliver Plunkett Street.
Yeah.
And I tell you, see what sort of reaction he gets in his inflatable fucking trousers then.
I can never not think about these people just in a real life situation.
Yeah.
So a lad in inflatable trousers, what I think now is he gets a puncture. Right? So he's driving around and he gets
looking for the nearest garage for his trousers.
And he pulls into Clifford's or a tyre place or, and your man's like, how can I help you? And he goes, I have a puncture. And he goes, in your fucking trousers? No, in the back right of me Seat. And you're like, what? Yeah, Oh, yeah, it's gone flat there. And he goes, are you messing? And then he has to get back into the car and he's like, sorry, thanks for sorry, you couldn't push me trousers in there.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't close the door.
The idea of a lad in inflatable trousers getting into a Seat and trying to get in between the steering wheel and push that seat back for me, will you?
And he's
push it back yourself. I can't bend over. There's too much air in my trousers.
And the two lads at work there are watching him trying to get into the car, and he's like,
I'm gonna have to let some air out of these trousers.
Do you want a hand? No,
function.
You don't have a screwdriver. I might have to let some air out of my left leg. You're like, what is this?
Yeah,
this is ludicrous.
That's what I'm saying. So when you get that high fashion end, and they're all applauding each other because they're wearing cornflake boxes and all, and you're like, oh fuck, sorry, come on.
When you're in the bubble, it's grand. Like when everybody's swanning around
Lidl wearing a cornflake box.
Wearing your cornflake box.
What the fuck?
Yeah, as a hat, like, right. I don't know. People are you alright?
Yeah. This ham's a bit expensive. I tell you, man, you're wearing the fucking cornflake box as a hat. You have way bigger problems than our ham being too expensive.
Imagine like you think you look the business with your cornflakes box, and then the Polish security guard is like, "Did you pay for the cornflakes?" You're like, "What?" You'd be like, I
think you're smuggling them out.
Yeah. You look ridiculous wearing. Put it in shopping basket. You're like, oh, okay, right. Oh, sorry, on me hat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's fucking. The world is full of spoofers.
It's full of spoofers, yeah.
Full of spoofers.
Well, and then you get.
You wouldn't get that on radio.
No way. I tell you, it's as if we didn't script all of this from the start.
Yeah, as though we were making it up as we went along.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I better go and put my banana socks on. Feel lovely on the toes, though.